All right, this is podcast number 7, and I alluded to the fact that I really wanted to share another concept with you in the last episode. That is my take on the give and take. So, without further ado, let me tell you a story. Now, this one comes from me wondering one day, as a leader, as a manager, as someone who's developing people, as someone who has to lead these mighty people who are standing with me in my journey to these battles, and we have to win. But you know what? What happens when your team gets crazy negative, right? And that's what happened to me one day. I was going, why on earth is this person so negative? It seemingly is coming out of nowhere. We don't have anything to be negative about right now. So I'm trying to figure out where this is coming from, because I'm not kidding, it came out of nowhere. And this person is historically just over the top happy. Maybe they burned out, you know? So I'm trying to figure it out, and I think I actually have come up with, especially in young leaders, especially in managers, especially in people who are not as mature in a leadership role, I think I know where the negativity is coming from. I think that they are in what I have called an energy deficit. Now think about it. Since you were born, you were taught, all right, I'm going to give you an hour of my time, and you are going to give me an hour's worth of wages. Let's just say $10, easy math. Okay, when you wake up in the morning, you know, I'm going to give you 10 hours, I'm going to get $100. Okay, give and take. Give and take. Okay, every time that you're trying to negotiate with someone, what can I give you so that I can take that? No matter what you're doing in life, we're learning this whole thing of give and take, give and take, give and take, give and take, give and take. But I think I've figured out in young leaders, they're not necessarily understanding that that's not the way to manage. The best way to lead is realistically being a servant. So you have to give and give. So what's happening is they're running through their day with their fire hose, being a fireman, putting everyone's fires out. They're just dumping all of their internal water. I'm full of metaphors. But their energy is going into other people's problems. So imagine yourself when you become a leader, that is when you graduate to being a fire truck. And you only have so much water inside of you. Now you have your own fires to deal with. But you're using all of your water on other people's problems. And remember, you only have so much water. Now, water can be time in the day. It could be energy. It could be resources. It could be money. But you only have so much. So yeah, if you gave all your water away and you are left at the end of this day with your own fires, with no water, yeah, you're going to be upset. That's just the way that works. But now here's the secret sauce. That's more of a manager to think of yourself as a fire truck. But now here's the next level of leadership. Now there's a big difference in management and leadership, and I'll get into that in another episode. But let's just talk about what do you need to do to get to that next level. So let's talk about that. You're in an energy deficit. You need to be able to be the manufacturer of energy, the master of your universe. You need to be that guy that everyone looks to when the in case of emergency button gets hit. Because you can create the energy. You are the furnace. So you're going to graduate to the person that keeps everything warm. You're going to graduate to that energy source. You are going to be the person that people plug into. You're going to be a fire hydrant for your fire trucks. You're going to be the heat. You're going to be the energy. You're going to be every driving factor for your team. And you need to do it in, most importantly, the darkest of times. Because you need to realize right now, you need to stop waiting for the light at the end of the tunnel and start being the light of your tunnel. Now, yes, I'm very passionate about this because it's what I've had to do day in and day out. And whether I'm looking at a catastrophe that has just destroyed all of the equipment that was running my business, whether I'm looking at my wife's crying eyes, whether I'm looking at an eviction notice, whether I'm looking at my employees wondering, why in the hell did my check just bounce? You need to be the energy. Because in those dark times, your family, your employees, your friends, your spouse, your kids, anybody who's leaning on you is just praying for someone or something to plug into. And if you learn how to manufacture energy, you will always be able to change your stars. And you will always have a chance. You're never going to be out of the fight. Now, just one of the pitfalls with thinking like this, and I was very guilty of it. I had the manufacture energy part right. I really did. But the pitfall I fell into was I thought the energy that I was supposed to give out was, everything's cool, everything's okay, I'm good. It's okay to not be good and still have energy. In Braveheart, William Wallace was not okay. Everything wasn't all good. But he rallied his troops. He rallied his people. And that's what you're going to have to do as a leader in those dark times. But you don't have to try to convince yourself or everyone else that it's all good and that everyone should be super happy about what just happened. Rally your troops with the truth and a whole lot of energy. Give them something to plug into. Give them something to fight for. And show them what your final percent is all about. Show them what the last percent on your battery looks like. Because I'm telling you, when I hit my last percent, I get exponentially stronger. And I had to push myself harder and farther than I ever thought that I would be able to go until I found that part of me. So I encourage you, find your final percent, be that source of energy for your team, for your family, for anybody around you. Give other people something to plug into. Be a give and give person, not a give and take person. Remember, good givers make great getters. This has been the final percent. Thank you so much. And once again, I gotta let you know, I appreciate you. Thanks again, guys.